Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to continue from where I stopped in Twist of Fate, that is on this channel. So after 1 month that Rambro has now become a big successful businessman, Prachi is still there on the other hand crying like a baby. So let's continue. Rambro is lying on the bed remembering how Prachi was on the bed smiling at him, but he feels odd after saying that Prachi is not with him. At Sushma's house, Prachi also imagines that Rambro was on her bed and she switched on the light happily, but she was disappointed to see that Rambro is not there. Both Rambro and Prachi couldn't sleep in their respective houses and they get up. Rambro takes out his boxing gloves and he punches on the punching bag. Prachi on the other hand comes to the window and she looks regretful. Rambro thinks of his moment with Prachi and says that he doesn't want to think about Prachi anymore because she is not worth it. At Sushma's house, Sony's sister comes to Prachi's room and she finds her lost in thought, so she records her video and she thinks that Rhea will be happy today after saying that Prachi is not happy. Sushma comes to Prachi and Sushma calls Prachi's name, so Prachi comes out of her thinking. Sushma says that she was waiting for Prachi and Prachi apologized to Sushma for keeping her waiting. Sushma asks Prachi not to apologize because she hasn't done anything wrong, and Sushma asks Prachi to follow her so that they would have their breakfast together, but Prachi says that she is not hungry. Sony's sister tells Sushma that she will serve food and Sushma asks Prachi to have food while she would go to the office and the driver would come back before the temple time to take Prachi to the temple. Sushma wonders how she would handle Prachi, who is always thinking after she was sent out of the Kohli's house. Sushma asks Sony's sister Jita to pack her lunch bag and says that she will not have her breakfast because she has some important work to do at the office, so Jita leaves. Sushma goes to Pragya and Abhi's room, and Abhi and Pragya are still lying on the bed in coma, and they were also on the ventilator support. Sushma cries seeing Pragya's condition, and Sushma says that this is why she did not want Pragya to come to India, and it was because of her fear of a mother who lost one daughter and she doesn't want to lose another daughter, and this was why she was trying to protect Pragya. Sushma says that she gave Pragya a new life because she thought that God sent Pragya to her in place of her dead daughter Priyanka. Sushma says that Pragya's love brought her back to her husband and she would have accepted Abhi at first, but she did not accept Abhi initially because she couldn't understand him. Sushma comes to Abhi's bed and she asks the unconscious Abhi if he is Pragya's husband, then why did he fail to protect her, and why do Pragya have to face troubles after meeting him, and then she stood by him and she got rid of all his bad habit of drinking, and what did Pragya gain in return? Sushma says that she sent Pragya to save Abhi's life from Gaurav, but in return, Abhi has taken Pragya far away from her. Sushma cried and says that Abhi should have been with Pragya as her husband, and they both shouldn't have been lying unconscious on the bed like this. Sushma cries and she asks both Abhi and Pragya to get up. Sushma says that Pragya will get up after hearing Abhi's voice because she is such a wife who fights with every obstacles for Abhi, so Abhi should stand up and also ask Pragya to get up. Sushma goes to Pragya's bed again and she asks Pragya to get up because she cannot live without her, and Sushma cries. Pallavi's lawyer comes to Sushma's house and says that he wants to meet Prachi. Jita comes to Prachi and says that someone is here to meet her. At the Kohli's house, Rhea is restless and Pallavi comes to Rhea and asks that why is she so nervous. Rhea asks that does Pallavi think that the lawyer would have reached Prachi's house by now with the divorce papers. At Sushma's house, Prachi comes to the lawyer and the lawyer introduces himself as Rambro's lawyer. At the Kohli's house, Rhea tells Pallavi that she doesn't know how Prachi would react after seeing the divorce papers. At Sushma's house, the lawyer tells Prachi that Rambro Kohli has sent the divorce papers for Prachi and Prachi needs to sign on it, and Prachi gets shocked hearing the lawyer. At the Kohli's house, Pallavi says that Prachi would want to know if Rambro had signed on the divorce papers first, and when Prachi sees Rambro's signature on the divorce papers, then Prachi's ego will be hurt and she would also sign on the divorce papers to show that she is not hurt. Rhea asks Pallavi to talk in low tone because Rambro might hear them, and Rhea closes the door. Pallavi says that when Rambro doesn't even have time to talk to them since Prachi left the house, then why would he hear them talking? Pallavi says that she was the one who copied Rambru's signature very well, and it looks like Rambru's signature, but in reality, the signatures on the divorce papers are fake because Rambru did not sign any divorce papers. At Sushma's house, the lawyer gives the divorce papers to Prachi and he asks her to sign beside where Rambru had already signed. Prachi remembered Rambru's words in the past that they would always be together, and she gets emotional and she drops the file on the floor and she runs inside the house, remembering her moment with Rambru. Sushma comes out from Abby and Pragya's room and Prachi collides with her, but she again runs away from there crying. Sushma is shocked to see Prachi's condition and she goes after Prachi, but Prachi locks the door immediately she entered, and Sushma comes to the door and she asks Prachi to open the door, but Prachi refused. At the Kohli's house, Rhea says that Rambru will be free from Prachi today. Pallavi says that it is not so easy and she knows that Prachi would ask for alimony from Rambru before she would want to leave Rambru. Rhea asks that how much would Prachi ask for because they would gladly give Prachi whatever she demands for. Rhea asks Pallavi that when will she talk to Rambru about their marriage and then how will Rambru react. Vikram comes there and says that Rhea and Rambru's marriage would happen only when Rambru and Prachi are divorced. Rhea and Pallavi were worried to see Vikram, and Vikram asks that why are they both worried, and Pallavi asks that until when would they be seeing their son in tension. Vikram asks Pallavi to talk clearly, and Pallavi says that she is talking about Rambru. Vikram says that Rambru is doing great and he has not just handled their company really well and he took their business to the top position. Vikram says that Rambru should have done this before, but he couldn't do it because of Prachi. Vikram tells Pallavi that before they talk to Rambru about his marriage with Rhea, then they should first talk to him about his divorce with Prachi, because if they talk to him directly about marriage, then he will not reply positively. Rhea says that they have already started the divorce papers process and they have sent the papers to Prachi. Vikram asks if Prachi has signed on the divorce papers, and Pallavi says that Prachi will sign on the papers after seeing Rambru's signature on it. Vikram asks Pallavi that how did Rambru sign on the divorce paper, but Pallavi ignored the question and says that Vikram wants all the answers now, but he should just calm down. Vikram says that Pallavi is telling him everything in installment, and Pallavi says that they thought to separate Rambru from Prachi first, and then they will talk to Rambru about his marriage with Rhea, and for this, she had forged Rambru's signature on the divorce papers. Vikram says that so Pallavi made Rambru's fake signatures, but Pallavi asks Vikram not to worry because nobody would know. Pallavi says that Prachi will sign on the papers, and then they will show the papers to Rambru. Vikram asks that what would then happen if Rambru sees what they have done, and will he not ask them how his signature got on the divorce papers. Rhea says that Rambru will not ask any questions because he loves Prachi so much, and when he sees that Prachi had signed on the divorce papers, then he will get angry with Prachi. Vikram says that Rambru's anger would later calm down, and then he would ask them how his signatures came on the papers. Pallavi says that she will tell Rambru that he was drunk after the party and he had signed on the divorce papers while drunk. Vikram asks that why do Pallavi wants to lie to her own son, and Pallavi says that she wants to make sure that the problem called Prachi move away from Rambru's life, and that is why she is ready to do anything. Vikram says that even he is ready to do anything for his son's happiness. Rhea thinks in her mind that it is said right that the fruit of wait is sweet, and now both Pallavi and Vikram are doing as she wants, and once Prachi signs on the papers, then Rambru will belong to only her, and Rhea smiles wickedly. Okay guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.